enti boachi jane ewo aha boachi morning
good morning
na ahonde wo ho de
boachi ho ye
na omudidi wo omudibidi wo because they say it is gradually becoming the norm, especially not even the old but the young people I am with this opportunity, people complain, oh, na me friend no cry because of topic now they are my no. So be I met me a information cry. Oh friend no cry won't fa oh testing the message unresponded. Omudi video.
That you a video yeah. But then let me say they can the money area when say na nyina adwe se be mpinifo no mum nti some of the appointments here o depending you crowd do and then our farmer youth no because is a youth ni there most of the new one and ekwa campaign shereba campaign time na PSMBA ni ADSMBA ni ko no officer recession BA ni nti na ebi munya appointment na NGS ronko but then we be econo dey anode but the penisi a chair ni mu the snake be nyina enkechi you are just 1 year in office enti bia nyoma ba ku mienu bi na ntoto ya ye slow ama omo da suban bi edi sa e stress esi afufufo wo so be mi ensem wane ye mo sesan nyoma mu na nipa ne fra at least answer the call na tie di nipa ne ye den oka there were appointees ni bi wo a amafo ebo mu din pa just recently one guy be also no page ma MPA na whatever reason oba Facebook back cancel bia enye fa CEO lawyer Edoji Temakro dachi within 5 minutes sabrante ni nya so a na nya menko ni we no akasa na mo partial because ukofo papa na wo mo a omo ankasa pulley up big defender say na why am na e clear say obo nipa nti say enso wo so a nya botre o kai say lawyer Samije Fini agrada issue by who they were party communicators a defend the issue because obi e say Samije Fidie o shia kwala opinion the one is most of the bound or the mount it's any news but obi de beba onye nipa nye den nke bi ma no ebi so anaye MPP fo no omo niam ade a etise won sa kokrobuti no obeka se etise dipati na odi begu hu fi unye obi e ma ne nke bi ma ye won konfo bi a we holding ministerial appointment a be si ne no one communicator can tell you say when your opportunity to even meet the person entie de yete ho yen kan se putuation na mum se ehia me krom drop de yedi mu fi e de bayire nso na edi di se putuo ne hye kwa de a mu bayire de e bedi na mum e bom pese nkosi sa appointees no mumwa party communicators ko dachi ye ko be nyina ya ye botomu ye ko be nyina enti ato da mo fra na ye twetwe ye ho a enye se bia radio no na ye mpese ye beba fa me ko no na eni ho CVs ye de ekogu ho a certificate ye de egu a ye twen se communicators no ye twen ye nim se government na omu ye inherit and the system na inherit na terrible it's ye nim se it will take time na mum baby ye do idie e hu se sisi ya mu start keka mo ho ye bibia e be yie ya twen ya from January 7 2025 ye nya 1 year o months asen beto so nti the explanations na do so ye mpese ye hu action nti ye mpenifo na ye srom say the medical account ebi mo bo mo homoden pa in terms of access say bi nipa no enye time bi akra na esika na nipa every appointee bi sometimes na okay information bi ne nneoma bi a ope no unya sa nneoma ni nyina ha bi nti e be sere mpenifo say mpenifo etie a obi a osu say that suban ni bi e koso office no na why you home bibi because say no ejina ono ohwe yi na wanye
o anhwe ase in fact complaints ndi e bi ba bebre obi o ba na papa we kura me friend no kura wo mfa ma sending the message e bi ano wa e busy but ma sending the message continues for be 3 weeks. Me also have a kind message, you know, all right, but response will be a cry.
Obi cry there on kind 1 year. I'm telling you.
Then 1 year grown
1 year on kind. But then the campaign time do dia. Na say ni pana never test. Cause you are moving left, you are moving right. But then no move test cry na reply no. The high be and I'm making. What the upper point be or so on there. On reply messages. Go through the messages and see. See ni nyina and the purpose can feel why. Just go through the messages and see. See ni nyina and the purpose can feel why. And just can and the purpose. Dachi. And yes sika o. The bia me ka say be ye betina hai. We are on our own. Be bia to me to nipa. So what the heck asa no unim say. Me we nipa A B C ta mechi. A be bia ni a. So what can some ni be kra usro. I say boy no kra so won kan no ending. Yemi am we ni kwa mo fa so de e bu bia fa so okrom ha o. Wo nante kra to me twa wani pressa. Hwe wachi watu ase kai ba. So na nye kan na o hwe se kai ba o. Na se wo wie na so bia so kra ntumi fa o ko a. Agokudro be na wo san de kasa o bi. Se wo hu. Nti e sro mo se omo hwe nneoma ba ko mienu bi yie na yentumi your party no fa ntuma perfect because you see the alternative is scary. Se ekoye bibia se MPP for Pamra be mu na yeti hey. Just imagine said that she be that sorry near Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the president of Ghana. Sempa na betim. Na it's something we cannot afford to let it happen. Nti any say this will be a dear because danger in the crime. Dachi and the topics are very interesting, but before we come there, interview an open we in and President Kakakra. The one is a Bono region, the Miami region.
Yes.
My main for Kwenye is na menchia honorable Millicent Yabua Amankwa. Dachi himi. Me buachi jam tieka. Edi e kind of people esisu dua. Se obi wo krom ha obetumi aka se ye wo MP a first time MP a obo ne constituency sin sa ma me na say nipa kro no me ne beto nchia na de opese ye bia yenye MP a common fund ma e no otumi top pick up police for operations. Go and check nyoma ma me ne the constituency will be brave so attra those enclaves in nyoma be bro ye no. Do you know say it is not from common fund? Fire service for year can. That let's be honest with ourselves. How many constituencies in Okrum ha? Fire service dine ebro more than one. What the young can occur? Krum ha constituencies to do saying ha. Even in Accra, Greater Accra region, the most developed region. You will say constituency ben ha. One constituency or more than 2 fire stations. It is rare to find. Not say Mamina Kasa Akko, the crow, so no one say. Fire service station e 1% me expand na ekonkro ni nyina so. Time bia o district capital. Se ekura bia se na Jalto a e be fi district capital be du ono na de be siesie wi. Na se wanya sa ni so de hunu so o expand ade no. Na wanya ono ko anyo, woni nananom akotena se. Nananom ache ni be bia onko ya ade no na wo ya. Na MPP fo no bi atwa mo abeka se. E nananom dodo na adi na chi na omo ye na onyai na library ni den. Hepa na mami atena ka se ni kro fo antebrofo. Ni pakro ka sa asem no. Say people ni na no kasa. Maame ne kasa asem na no mistake no kasa maame ne se obi nti brofo no kan brofo bi ono nti brofo nti a wante ase no. Ono nipa na oche nu na on nti brofo nti a wante ase no. Sa brofo tag no. Dachi se brofo na ebu oman a nka kufu ado ye Ghana se UK. Se brofo na edubu oman a nka kufu ado ye Ghana ti se US. Brofo be na ya anta. Ye kan twi kura ka na nabu achitro na nabu achitro mo ekosi sen. Dachi maame na dia oye no honorable Ajay Dako MPP ni o si za dan na esi ho a ene maame ni ko yusu o mo bo na chi papa ne ti akonwa so bi ena discussion akoso ne wono akasa ka mu bi ya suggest ha ne yenkoye no over 20 years na mo leave sa building no wo ho a enye adwuma no oni nipa no ye MP ho Ignatius Bafo wu a eyo MPP na no NDC ni na se wo so obi ekura J Dako ni legacy anake ye hwan ya na uja no ma ne te prop ansam papa na kasa in the lead up to 2024 elections J Dako kasa bagbonti because the party MPP sin komia friend da if you rally as a crop they are hooting him mu wi afia bosia mu twa ni wi ano aba motia be ka say na je da ku na esi ade na ye be pepa ni die fi ho mi wa mu aka say ni die kura wo say me de ma papa no osumia ho no mo mfa ma no na papa na aka say hu say fire service dan no ba ho e be boa ono na esi dan no esi ho na o say honorable Millicent e the fire service dan no ba kuru so e be boa mo na se e de ba ho a na MPP fo an wo kuru so ma sori say mo ntia ase 24-hour market I say am fan ko no wodi kan san ka atwo say assembly ni budget num market e also mo ye wo constituency wo no wodi ahyem aye kwakoye wo ho o say no so wo ntia ase is it that they are afraid of the kind of developments they cause me ka so bunu region nyina ye wo 12 constituencies wo ho if there is any constituency that is developing steadily Sunyani West under the leadership of Honorable Millicent Amakwa ma me ni ye adwuma mo bia ntra be
papa no say 24-hour economy market yi kura also the code Dumesua na Dumesua kura no si Dumesua koso hene
yes
ono kura boa kura ma say kro no e afa ne ntuma pe fra na anisa enti anka fa sa development no ko ba bifufo na anka Dumesua de Dumesua hene ye na anka so no so also asi police station bi ni ade ni fire service bi ni ade
they tell say aban we buy nti de bia me ka say MMDC so de obe feli bia no ono ana ye no policy bia ye ko no guidelines dan 24-hour economic market under Ministry of Local Government Ministry of Local Government omo ne control MPC projects MMDCs and guy 24-hour market no MMDCs na HA locations there then honorable Millicent Amakwa MMDC or MDC DC yo so who attack no honorable Millicent Amakwa no or ye MP 24-hour market no enyo na determine be be enfanko eye mo MPP for assembly members NDC for assembly members ye na say where you NDC for mo MPP for presiding member nananom na tena se kire be enfanko now because honorable Millicent Amakwa na dey ko ha no anfanko ha meanwhile there are guidelines say there was say ade na ye a district capital na this number of kilometers away from the district capital ontumi musuma ni nye yie ena one fanko baby a person we dey ko no what the fufure about is it just the name 24-hour economy market na enye no mo say enye adwuma no sesi ade o mo kire baby e fanko enye no mo say enye adwuma no sesi ade o mo na e kire baby e fanko look the things that are happening in Sunyani East and West no omo anim say MPP to take them more than 40 years to reclaim those seats say na omo suro no mo an wacho mo tu futura guni peni a come omo nyina yi o na say nyam futura na obetu guni peni a oye dey akoka say MP na e kire baby a yamfa 24-hour market enko dachi oye dey ka say MP a
say bia MP oni ni DC ni
o esu ana na utumi mo DC di na MP no na usuro na wo boni di ada na DC no utumi mo ni di ba fo awu atena se ye minister police for nika want me on to be amo ma me ne ba onye minister o na katwa busu na katwa kra na e mai o to pick up mo no de ko check police for ko fire service station na e wo hoda than the existing one ko donations al just last week o ye o ho ma me dem biem no wonye o ye adwuma bro sometimes me dwen ho am say na ma me we hipa no onye sika de ye de o ye wo ne constituency no dachi omun koda MPP for no what na komia no so atwa bafo we betina komia so so ye ne ya nka pamo no papa ye ne ya ke pamo no what na sia mo ntumi amwa kuro no na so obi aba dachi hwe constituencies a epe DVLA offices ni ye nya bi hwe omo obi omo pe expansion a omo nya bi ni etumi aka cho se ma mi etumi alobi enya bi di ko kira o ti asem net wo say. Is it an easy task? Akabafo ewu ano ye minister to me ye. Ono anu oti cabinet me president wo to me anye. The only president enti ona parliament keke no oti no to me aya. Na wo te ha e be keka nsem a enyi fa no. Sa ne ma ne de omunyai na Sunya East and West, Brekum East and West, Jama North and South. South na elusi be sen age. South 12 seats no ye jimu 11 ba ko pa ka ye Jama South. Yes sen age because abro nya obi a otumi win elections e wo ho. With omo abro nya the chairman ne de. Yes, ya jini nyina by the close of 2028 e beto aba wiem. Nti omu nyina yi. Na kakra ye de beka a kire MPP for no mo Sunyani West ene no.
Okay. Ye twen say Derek ba be kan ye ho. O se onam kwan so all but ye nhwe ni say the 11 constituency wo ehono. Why is it that as a ehono nko and as a complaint in every bar, is it supposed to say the rest of the 11 constituencies na mukitemu 10? 12 na mukitemu 11.
Yes.
I didn't see a Hong Kong issue free or but not other constituencies in the issues.
Maybe issues for her, but we need the maybe issues if you home man yet, maybe a traditional ADC seats. For example, maybe the Germanov, a hono, yeah, seater, a traditional NDC seats. The hono crown, there are issues. A hono, the only issues are always a CI, it will be able to make Kawas and Bebre, who's a Sampa, hence, and in your mother. But you take a place like Brekum West. The Brekum West, no, Jene, the district capital, Honorable Stuttgart,
Hono.
Ube JD say, a Hono people for no more. The same plan, and on with the two chronos. More than Amutia Comianusu or Gogo, and you might want to me any nano. Say, Empino, DC, no come who was on Mobile. No one had the calco 2 foot truck in the penny. Oh, we cried out the Nano cried your Muna issue letter be said, or would they speak on behalf of Nananum, MPP for it will break. So project be always a Cosmo baby, or 1% because they are speaking on behalf of Nananum. ABM Sunyani Ankasa under Sunyani East, Honorable Said Ho. And also, when you say they made several attempts, so go MC or Honor. Honorable Vincent Opong, MP, and the regional minister, no go money muase. By trying to meddle them in chieftaincy affairs, and assasibia, na vested land. Anan ke bi mo person mo de ma Chinese companies bi. Ama one Rafael Kuba GB or no ye MPP ni wo ho on the one MPP hu jai. Nyoma adachi, papa we ye o took a legal action to stop him. Sa constituency sa ewo bono ho nyina no MPP for na on abranya strategy nyina e baako ono no oni hweye na momu be ya obe create problem between you and nananom etu hu say nenka problem a abai sa asema MPP for working honorable Millicent the project ko baby project no dey kon ono no as a member of parliament no ko want to me determine baby or the project ni yeden ebeko anasa asase crown fanye den na no mama na asase ache ni baby miensa onye den onfa nko odi ade na kwesi ho a na mu no ma be ka che say na nanom eni na oni na nanom ade na omo ye ni eni kroma no vision enko yie na wo MPP ni na otena konwa so bebre over 20 years a wanya hwe wo ho no oni na nanom a ote kro no so no hwan pa na wo kro no adwempa
but Millicent one na say DC no nya be 70 years no.
Well, I don't know the DC for
Matthias, as when you are a penny power, you bear 70 courageous.
Oh, but said that you need the no and cafe. Oh, being in us or when young Sunny I be and young one day on quiet the ball, my said, be say, Nina, your countries are pinophobic, any or more dear could no more dinny, Sebi, and now me look as Vice President or Tiwi. So when you say former Vice President, but former Vice President, the current Vice President, you can't say choose Bakuna, or real few media with your opinion. I say, well, you will choose. You can't say choose Bakuna, man, penny India.
Oh, Yan sir, but 70 years, young, I retire.
Or there be MC 79 for the same when will be the president. And now the same when will be the president. 70 years won't retire. A Nippon vision, your baby. Ye nim nipa okrom ha mrantie omo DDC ni MPs a omo twatwo ka ma aban apam miracles aboaje MPP miracles aboaje de bia na no twakrodo okrom ha enyo na ko DMC ya na kufa do pam no na onya branch onye bebunu kama so wa nkobo bre bia ho ene ye pam no enti eno de ye nipa na ni so ade hunu ene se ne ye kan say market ni nyoma esisi kra enya asem koto beyond the 24-hour market no when ye san ko so wo bi enti eno kira se nipa na ye na edwuma wantwi bia ni oni MP ni ntam they are working with maturity there enti eno so na ye hwe at the end of the day se nipa na di 100 years na se ono na di development bebre ya da chenye na ye hia e sisi a wo age na a wo nipa no woni de enyo bia problem age there say age pa ya problem okrom a nka nipa e wo se nka mo na say your first nka mo ya say twom gu aban mu pa ya MPP for because omo cry na tumi ka che say enne youth abanyina ye ti cry coconut hwi nim eye keti am na cancer asem and your one like a catcher say you die okrum ha omo ni bi papa bia mai ya jaya bodwi wo na ye nim nyansa bia ye political party omo mu youth okrum ha den wan why political party na ba be mu a youth of the party appointment kro mu nye bi and na yet ya kenye youth asem de ka look at the number of youth in President Mohammed's administration and you know there say penny when you so onyi o me there my problem has always been one is the person working if yes so when you 1 billion years crash then you obi asema say bi ya henfo ide omusi akonwa so omo retirement age or he be to me 90 years not development or ye when kuro mo na nya asem kotoa sa aye aye ka dumasu a ye kan wasem dumasu a he ne say bi o ya akwala and so when you hu no wo projects or ye wo kuro mo so age na any day
I said dumasu a he no say that nyini bebe say
oh because so he na dumasu so onya akwala
oh na so on say that nyini bebe
na so onya akwada na minim no pa minim no pa onya akwada
I say so on
say that she say when your sister so onya sister onya akwada ye wa hemfo a se bi aha na ye ntumi ntra mo bo ahemfo din but ye wa hemfo a omo anyini omo fie ko enim so development omo ye nya asem kotoa enti eno de enyini de se bi ye nhira se nipa betumi enyini na still na wo ahoɔden ne ade to ade hunu kɛse sa ade ma ne kuro enti eno enye problem. The problem is that they should stop trying some meddling of politicians into chieftaincy affairs, no, and the incitement of politicians against the chieftaincy institution, no. Emwa.
Yeah, and I've just seen a story from MPA. In as much as in Topano Airport in the Middle East, was it MPA raises fuel price? Fuel price from March, nebu on beko soro kakra. Petrol will be at 10 cedi 46 pesos and half inch so diesel 11 cedis 42 pesos. But that would just say in as much as in Tokwana air cost or Ghana, no, you were 5 weeks of diesel stocked. So diesel yet me are stocking or Ghana, 5 weeks. So 5 weeks in cost on us and Tokwa is similar and your home battery. And I say petrol so you were 6 weeks and also what compare 6 weeks no so 6 weeks no from us microphone go so come to kwadia na is a full alone a quite Ghana papa. But looking at the geopolitics that we have and what is happening in the Middle East, let us watch it. After 1 week the inflation will begin to rise. Yebenya issues regarding our friends energy sector because maybe nya fango ni edi power plants ni how they are no we will not get it.
Dachim, and Miss I know what's be. I would say when it comes to these matters of a genius nature now, yeah, can say yes. Exogenous factors have always have direct influence on the local economy of the country. Okay, COVID-19 by any Russia, Ukraine, or buying. The position of the ADC was one. Yeah, say COVID ni Ukrainian war in my saying an economy was the economy built so unassailably say a bit to me I resisted some of the shocks now air banana. Inti ehwe di na ehun se debi economy no first of all na eni na eni nsa na etumi kura gina baby inti it say obi a owo malaria dada se yare foforo be bom a na yare na anu eden na mum so woni bi dada na se bibi foforo kra ba mu a otumi so anu kakra ko si se ebe eden ebe fiwo inti eno no ma yehu a double of the consequences else and eden yehu as a result of those exogenous factors no it is inflation was a could do 20% na do 40 because a yan to kwana ye ko Middle East on kwa na de problem na eden aba because a yan so na yan build any reserves bia e be den e be boy local economy no it ye consensus a raise those days in na it was about this because you compare Ghana to other countries South Africa Cote d'Ivoire our neighboring Mali because Russia Ukraine war cost na Mali economy performing. Even though it wasn't performing the way na etie before the war no, but it hasn't worsened. That same time South Africa the so na cause it hasn't so worsened. But na Ghana quiet the any twem bad. Asepoto nti na ha adwen. But looking at the current situation, wahu lawyer Ejozi Temokulu obi ade bia me hia ne da. Dachi me hia ne da. Me ne nkasa da. Ni wan si di medi mi hoda. Ne mum obi ade bia me kase. Papa no oya ade. Me de ne bo ma no. Eye aban bi pens wan kan na ntokwa ekosu nka afi ne yekope fa nwa besto. But another no catch you say to kwan be koswa for 1 month mpo a you was stored full. E wo krom ha.
I say 1 month or say 5 weeks.
5 weeks na say 4 weeks 1 month. Into 5 weeks grade say try 1 month no. And in terms of petrol, 6 weeks. 1 month, 2 weeks no. E no kire adwuma befu papa na ye den. Obo ho. Minim say the finance minister ono so a building some reserves are very just last week cry who popular bi parliament in Nyoma. The year can ko si nyina ne say those reserves na ya building both at the energy sector and the finance sector ni nyina no. Ya bomb pie say shocks ne de ebeba. Shocks ne so ba no nko ade. You should be aware that certain things will change. But it wouldn't worsen as compared to the previous situation now. Na economy na nkasa nya dada. Enti se bibia be bo mu a na se de ni nyina agiegu. But see because of the position na the economy na gina no. Se bibia free external we no kra be bo mu a those exogenous factors nyina be bo mu kra na. En say be great se ne en kan ye nua mo pen so. Because the economy na nkasa yare koko nti. Pimpo si na ni mu a fe de na oda yare mpa so no. Ye nya bibia sa. But we da che. Ye fa sa kwanya we na yesre Boniface ma MPP. Boniface was yesre ma MPP. And then Roman for amuye lent ni kremufo amuye fasting nyina mo nka o mpa ibo mu ni say dachi o man ya yetimu yi se konfo boni si krobe bo timu bi o na and then for the first time in the history of Ghana ye nya political party o mutumi sorry say ye bo mpa say gold prices mra from na se mi je fie ni mu gu ase na se gold prices never from na se current na stabilize no say ya eya me ne wo na ye benya ho consequences na se me dey oh untia na Eugene him omo a general secretary aspirant or ka say he's praying that Mahama will fail on kai publicly waka say he's praying that Mahama will fail so that on party betumi aba power won so power mu ba mu betwa tro ka na moko ye ka kokotaye omo me nka omo asem dache sa ntokwa ya ekosuwe senke ya ban bi penso a nka ena minuti heyay the kind of hikes we will see in our fuel pricing no in Kenya easy
na one chimpany for baby say wunya nyini ya nsira kwatia se ntokwa na afi na asase o
yes
enti eduji aka say 5 weeks and 6 weeks
yes
and a wo stored fuel
yes
in a situation where the fight de-escalate and I say escalate more than a month as you know within the Russian Ukraine you know a course are we not going to come back to the Biani Egina?
The mechanic say, one say it was stages. This is the beginning of the war. The Yehun war, Ukraine-Russian war, no. The effects now in Ghana, so the kind of economy that existed before the effects of that war on our local economy. So what about to say any media? The actual you say na pa na before na te ho a anka yetola wu ye na ka fu adu 15 cedis. Utie dem iken. Anka yetola wu ye na fu adu 15 cedis. But then ente sa and then your reserves for over 1 month at the ho. Ah, ye reserves ne da ho no nya say da ho keko. Yes, nya ko pe bia be gu ho mo. Na yes ra mo so ye de enim say Israel anyway de munya ntokwa nka Israel for dem to nwum nya metwa yi hu hia na fosu nyina buzi ade bomb ne nyoma na mototo ama efu enso abekosoro yes ra mo so nyunu ne omo ye na ye mo dache de ye kan nyina ne say the kind of systems how unassailably we have built this economy no we are not saying say exogenous factors will not affect it no way can we say that no economist apart from Bawomi on a meaning be an economy from debate makasa but no other economist who has learned economy very well can say exogenous factors are air cost and the war now air cost or Middle East to me affect the energy sector in this country. It can affect it. But looking at Nyoma ya build the energy sector and the finance sector, the can say the effects will not be dire as compared to in the Russian-Ukrainian war. Because the one na economy ni yare koko dada. It's not people squares in anymore. It to me say na brabo. Aha ye can say economy ni mu system no ya boosting no. And now me no tie cement war e wo form. And now me no tie fuel la ye see akosoro no that we dey wa kan you see fuel na kosi say. This 11 cities me boy. I just an kan. Ga kan okrema nyanko bonze mi nyatia o sere ni mu sere. Nka nepa ye ka say fuel 11 cities still na ni mu sere. Omo aben so akobetumi akasa. Omo aben so na fuel tumi kwa do 15 cities 16 cities per liter. O sere ye wan kasa o communicator na to no sere ba na ye ka to say John Mahama aban mu no ntokwa asi anioma nyina asai mpo no ayinda so ani ho no fuel nkonru 12 cities. Dache ye ka say na ba bia ba ayinda so ani ho ntokwa asi bebie nya fa nwo fi no ntokwa asi wo ho no still na petrol buo enter 11 cities. Dache the ye ka kosi nyina say John Mahama is the hope. Hwe every time Ghana nipa do say na di hwit wa ha. Odo pa na fa krom na hwe nipa do ejina hwit na ko choba ko nipa do ejina ho eto abiane di. We be say wheat consumption in this country no. Me nya sure say be do 2%. Me wa be bia na wheat keke na ye to ho no to kwasi wo ho no. Etumi ma cement work osoro ha. Petrol say ye. But ene obe bia ye nya fa nwo bia yusu bi nam ya be. Enya trotro na nyina afa betra hai. Enya fuo. Ye wo be krom bia yusu fuo. Me wa na fuo be bia ye nya fa nwo fi no to kwasi wo ho ama fuel prices no. And hike it say all time. And not sure say aban papa ba. We have somebody who has good intentions about this country at the helm of affairs. It's the yes Ghana for nyina and say ye nyina nko so amon pa ma say ye nwia mo omo kontokwai no omo ntokwa ne mrase say be ya entumi menya so much dire consequences on our economy. But we believe say with the prudent management of our economy and the fiscal discipline instilled by the honorable Atuforsen, things will go well and it shall allow consequences na ye nwia mo bompa ye say anto Ghana na sumunre no ye nuru sa amre no da.
That's it. Derek.
Yeah, that's it.
Boko die.
Nyame adomo.
MPP ni mu boko.
Oh, boko say ye tie die. Ye tie nkwamu die. Nyame e die free ye. And we are in the Ghana month. You know. MPP e boko.
Na we 1 minute fatu we free home more the new guideline relative to secretary contesting secretary position was also ukita certificate bi ni ade I don't know the explanation. Is it properly to say secretary position nko and I say chairmanship position who person contest here also ukita diploma and I secretary nko.
Oh, both. You know,
chairman secretary.
Yeah. So open leadership there. You also have to have something to show. You know, you are starting registration. No, the message say the registration exercise and yet for the polling station elections. It is to test our grounds at the various polling stations. Nti omo makwan na omo mfre afoforo nso na omo be register. Amanfo bebre o GDA any odosonko or MPP mu. But if we hold the books to our chest and not give space for people to come and register, at the long run, no, the problem we want to solve will not be solved.
Amanfo be person mo yes sir.
Oh yes, say bebre na ntiase say registration nye for a polling station. You can register as a member, but it doesn't guarantee you
to vote.
It doesn't even guarantee you to contest as a polling station executive. Yes, because we know say the modalities you have to be an active member for more than a year, so you can have that chance to. And you know, let's give space for people to register.
Okay.
Because Emma said, polling station, you will need 400 to about now. You better now register. We need 30 pedini. I mean, wow, yes, and shame on you, Mr. Yeah, the right thing, so that at the end of the day, a jumana because I know say you're too about that particular polling station. We may have more than 200 people who vote for the MPP. And you know, let's allow those people to come in. Let's also encourage them. Let's get to them and tell them that this is what we are doing. to get them part of the family because MPP is a big family. Na makan say we no mechia the constituency phone and ram call around the polling stations and to monitor some of this exercise. And I must say I'm impressed with whatever is happening. Almost meetings and you know they should keep up with a good job, and then to also encourage them say they should open up for other people to come and register so that we can have a clean and a better register. And
I think that then you have to do more of education
yes,
to
yes,
let them
yes,
understand.
yes,
Say,
yes, yes, yes.
Or more,
Yes.
more register, they will not have the opportunity to contest.
Yeah. And then so most of the people have visited. This is what I've been telling.
Okay.
So I believe say in the constituency chairman, Mechia Chairman Robert Osebonsu, Mechia Ambassador Roman Kokwe was here. She answered Debia Kwani na Namasi Chia Professor Michael Kwe, Mechia Nuaba Honorable Sarah Dwasafo, Mechia Nuaba Shalopon Sechi, and na Domiko Benya Funina, any MPP Funina Titru. Na Mechia Ghana Fonso, na Yashi Nankran say, Young Koswa Mompaye, near Numusu Chompe. Me buy minui just say or can story in two sides or no or lament about the struggle they are going through or no answer or hyping crofobia meaning so if you bono what dia so if you bono dia I don't know
Yeah, of a Bono region.
but so until well and I feel much aside going to all hype you know about Honorable Mavis what you say or buy and you juma why you know MPB and about baby that. And so sort of internet say MP or mobile moon now, or my new juma. And so who can also MPB ne buy a BC in the fire station. When we
or see library.
well,
And a library no more use.
and also almost some of
the
fire station. I know some of the fire station. And so say MP no MPB. So I'm building a point.
Yeah.
Into me say yenya chance I thought say the lessons now NDC and I hate it, the reality I've hit on them. Nyamo mo kan during opposition. And one a minua bear me abet in a yake. And one not heke. Or can no cite example with pimples. Now I am me sha no my head and no my because the same example now citing a krawa. All I'm trying to let him understand is say the kind of politics we played with the cocoa sector. That is the reality the farmers are facing today. What you say? The same issue. Sir, what you say? Russia-Ukraine war by inka full echoes through more than 15 cities. For all these years, Russia-Ukraine war no said that's so cause. Meboa. Na obeka gold reserve policy na o kasa o na yesi gold bo onko from na de obi onu a reserve about 30.5 tons of gold. O buy what to mu 18. O ti one na o kase opese gold ni ko from na sami jemfie ni egu ase. Nani na egu ase de da. Obi a wo say ora obeji $21 billion e de amagana for. And then wow, Attorney General say the backbone of Ora no lies and fabrications. Or the court and documents or mokekano. Ye bizarre and into when we no say okujeto adwin tra or no de buy no. Over 1 year, Sam George I say ye ni momo mu dis kefi krom ha e kwotena amanone e de kogu amanone. Ebesinde yentimi mo obiedi. So no, but you see when you talk Kenoforiata issue is not the Sam George Kano. Kenoforiata say who say Kenoforiata ewie ska kwotena amanone a and the IMF na ye wo no and I say transactions na government e lead no muma the bank ni mfiri so. And let's ban way omu yusu Kenoforiata bank e the transactions meboa That's it. Meboa. Mebo. Is not the reality.
Yes. But as they say,
So
he's not the owner.
No, he's not the owner, but he created
The
it.
management.
I
of
agree.
it's
I
an
agree.
institution.
No, that's it. I agree. But you see, I just want my brother here to understand. Say, there is a time we need to speak to reality, and there are some times we can do propaganda. I just want him to understand. Say, the propaganda they did years back. Your far cocoa buo fee 400 cedis. Ekoya to 3,100. Obaya, what is so high sense? It to 4 buo who 2,500. What you say? And now we catch cocoa queen say 3,100 now. Oh, send a boss of man 6,000. Went me a mano, but 2,500 no. In Union womb, and one day we much 3,100 no. And then calculation no. So you see, when we sit behind the console, yes, we have to propagate and speak for our party. But let's also let the party understand that the reality on the ground is not pepe. And then we have in Central for Central for. They are speaking against some of these issues. Into Betanahana wo kasa, and na MPP for intro. And our draw kind of cry. And then the reality is, what you told Ghanaians, is it the same? That's it. Last week, no one knew Bema Bakoba. I'll see you do Ghanaian. Inti a forcing a man black. Meboa. And can reality no.
I said, can you do there's a normal Ghana?
Ose.
Some can you do there's a normal Ghana?
And I'm making. What you say? Yes, but as I say, hey, dundum kanya, but we are paying even more on electricity. Meboa. The same Russian-Ukraine war in semi-yeking. Iran war started that day. And then Friday.
Yeah, it started Friday.
No, Friday crowd be Saturday.
No, it started Friday.
No, say Friday. No, Friday na him matching. Any who say into Saturday.
Okay, yeah, Saturday.
Yes, it started Saturday.
But a buyer, no, not and for the conversation around in say, who share the Middle East, especially through the Gulf of Guinea.
Yeah,
maybe a cocoa fat fuel near the Adena. They say, Omun, Omatu, or more space, one Omatu.
Yeah, yes.
And think of what saying, say, looking at when no say a persisted for some time. One, remember a fuel war akosro. The energy sector, the crude, and the power some of our machines. Machines near the crude power in us, yanya crude and farm power. One, ebema yenya light, kuma. Ye tall, and into full capacity. And you know, do mutumi refining or Ghana, and to mean survey Ghana for even 2 days. Ningina ebesa. But Edu G. Tamakolo has come out to say, look, the MPA can say they will have 5 weeks of petrol or diesel and after 6 weeks of petrol. And to say, war no persist here for this time, then we are in trouble. Yenya fuel and farm power your machines are hold. People also say ebema your inflation no ebe because no man she say yeah importing ya the adin so no ebe the neighbor no ebe kosoro. Then people are bringing all this into one basket. Say and the NDC. This is what the MPP were trying to say when the Russia-Ukraine war thing was going on, when COVID erupted the other day. And now, your friends and Boachi air cassette. As at the time one, NASA no money air cost under the MPP. Now the economy itself.
No, so I'm getting there. That thing. You see, I was thinking, say, he will follow the lane Edu G. Tamakolo followed. Because Edu G. Tamakolo him say, a banner or run Kasanso Ebehano. You don't run politics with it. Me, Fiti and Ra, Makase, we should keep praying because a continue a bit creating a serious mess.
Very.
Even beyond the Russia-Ukraine war. Look, the MPP, Okasa, South Africa, Ivory Coast, no one when the economy was booming. Let me tell you, I have been to all these places. That's it. Ghana was far better than them.
At the time there was COVID.
I'm telling you. Look, the kind of money the MPP, the Kufuor, I will say, a brofo anka Ghana to say America, no, and that's how brofo no, and they see a finance ministry for na at 2 force akot now, and that's how brofo na, and they see foreign affairs ministry, and they could to tell, and that's how brofo na, and they see the new defense ministry. You see,
new defense, you must see from.
Oh, now then, if yes, you want to say a chance here, and you go for them, the baby. You see, the same brofuna, and they complete some of the Eurojet projects, the hospitals we are talking about, even just Ghana is here. What I say? No, we didn't tell me. Today, Ghanaians wish, say, they could turn things around behind from, they could turn things to the previous administration. What I say? The same brofo, the free education we enjoyed. Today they are paying.
Hey, school pay.
And then, say they are paying part of their Omojuan and Amwa. Some of this boarding you won't hear. Yo, oh, they be internet kosu. That's it. Kosu. The same brofo now. What I say? Kosu. So I want my brother to understand. Say, listen. You see the same propaganda. He doesn't even know. Go to the EC website and check. No, go and check. No. Oh, chairman. Okaso Bianca sao. Okaso Bianca sao.
But the kind of
Mr. Okasa no Bianca sao. You keep quiet and listen here. Oh, don't talk for the TF4. Say that. Oh, that's it. Don't talk for the TF4. Pimples are some more cano. Ebiana Medemano no. Into a Pamemano Masada. Mesana de Yare. I want us to understand something. That's it. The kind of money the Ekufuor administration added to your health to protect the Ghanaian during COVID post the Russian-Ukraine war nearby a hit here. Senke ya you be fufura nke wi. Their own founder said it. So when Ekufuor was saying, say, we know how to bring the economy back, but what we don't know is how to bring the lives of the people back.
Bagbin said that phrase is not correct.
Well, that is Bagbin's or no ne die. What I say? Say Bagbin yes can contias you. So nimza. Bagbin yare ya oko. So when the medical bills oko Dubai ko sanu yare a o treating ne yare no yemfa yare en kan nipa ho asem. But if he knows, say that phrase is not correct. I want him to understand, say, he's living today because of money and because of Ghana government. That is why Bagbin is living.
Or say if the economy broke, many people will die. When the economy is on its knees. So because the economy ni ebubua. And these lives you cannot bring it back. So the economy is the lifeline of people.
No, yes, but you cannot take the soul of people, replace it with the economy. It's just like Okope to me. No, I can say Moja Begu. Uji to me ni wia. O de kosum wine. Uji to me na. O de kosum wine. Nipa na ade kosum no. Inti uku nipa ni wia na aji to me na. And ya fa sum. So I want him to understand, say, the backbone of that, is what has survived him. That is why he's living. What I say? That's it. Look, let's be real with each other. The kind of Sika Ghana and the share your COVID and the measures they put in place. Africa ha nipa bebree ntimi anya saa adeɛ no, and that is why Akufo-Addo was applauded globally. What you say? Yes, people died in America, people died in UK, people died in Italy, but Ghana, I'm not saying people didn't die. May the soul of Omo Omuwu during the COVID. I lost my auntie, former director of social welfare. I lost her through COVID, and I know what it takes, and I know how it feels. I'm a victim of COVID, and I know how it feels to go through that hell and survive and live today. So me fan diagro. In the time I hear war vaccines, you know, a bisi war, oh yeah, bema, you can't function proper. Me ma war will booster because I know what I went through when I had it, and if not because those measures were put in place, Abia, I wouldn't have survived it. What I say? Sir John Muna, they had their own money, but they couldn't survive. What I say? It's that they are making none say. Yes, we can still do the politics, but you see, let's face the reality. The reality on the ground, they say, the Ghanaian people are telling you, say, dear o katre no and now no, and ya no na wudi so.
But I say,
antics, you know, we need to put a stop to it and face the reality. And I want you to understand, say, even with the situation I face here, no, John Mahama is the only president who can share why the current Emra Jesus Christ chair about do man nipa 5,000. Or non quite me chair and 720 at the man nipa 13,000. Internet say a dead beds and no better you know. You come any better chama obianti say a chair Nkuko 720 a man nipa 13,000. Imagine a here obiabenya.
Medase.
So ubenya ba kumpua. Trophy crown abenya. So you see, let's face the reality. And
many your friend is saying member of parliament for that constituency. Your friend saying Kwesi me revenue din.
Oh MP me kai community hospital.
Yes,
this community hospital. This community. And down community.
Yes. Many didn't come over or catch he made the same point. However, he clarified say omofa document no more kind. They realize figure no one money year by in the document it was about 17,000 700 and something thousand.
And I make us say that thing. Me say in reality no you no kwa enkokon kitinkiti asem policy ayekin. Meaning say me ye bia. What I say? You see we sit here and we talk about the 24-hour economy market.
We will come to the state of the nation.
Meanwhile, we are not even seeing anything.
The time no air
on paper on our lips, we are running. Oh yeah, even the government Nankasa ni big push. Krano and Yejuma. So yes,
data bank get the research be about bonting. This is just by way. Data bank said by within 2026-2027, the city will depreciate by 7.20%. That would be around 12 cedi 85 pesos by the years to the dollar by the end of. That is what data bank is saying.
Yes, there were various predictions here last year. Ningina floppy. It's a prediction there. There's no harm in predicting. But last year predictions were very high. Even the economic growth ground target CD ningina. It is not a problem. It is not a problem at all. It is just warn us to be very careful and instill more fiscal discipline in our economy. And so it is a good thing. Yeah. But then that's only baby. Mini Derek. Sebi. Pempen yes. And I say Ghana na ye won. Say otina radio so. Na say ni dia o di mighty phone. So the mom na say o kan okra. And no ntumi ma wo na ne NDC ni by force.
Oh no, I mean
say o ye MPP ni. Na ye mo wakwanya wa fidie kese say New FM. Na o ti da chi enim ha. Na say o kan okra mighty phone ti bia. And no kan e no nkire say chinchina ya twe wa fie MPP mu do aba NDC mu.
At the end o kan ye intro.
Now, why can state of the nation address document in the world? See, the funny kind of way mistake in power document no who be only marking can create such as a Roma. And Colombia school nibi. Why now can another the bro father room Obiako school nibi? Obia himself figure any mistake any pani over now say yes now kwache your mama then you should now kwache and coca no boy
Nancy about Miako quotation, yeah.
But quotation our Katie. Last year one there is a career chapter 3. That was Mary, not Mary or Zachariah. That's it.
I know somebody who papa and a mama so okay.
But we are two different. But we are no repeat. Repetition of Cassams when our kind. Say, no quan a true. And what you cry was say the cave tabacubi and a Bible class the ending when the man finds you.
And I make us a person reading something.
Yes.
Not say, well, yeah, mistake. That mistake, and assume you say, oh, yeah, quotation, no kind portion, not any Bible, no, it is different.
Yeah.
But when the person does the mistake and reads the portion, I would say, oh, maybe I need chapter 22, verse 1.
Portion, or say it brings it strengthens him or whatever. I know the when it's a Bible, that is a key point in it. Will make you baby. But I say no, says I didn't know say you can't be anymore before. A coming one for the end, you will come. One for the end is slogan. A community. Why the end is slogan? And the end of the SMPP for they don't have any moral ground to even talk about it. But the way that and some man, Omana, Quenya, or Kayin, actually say. President Mahama, no, we did a woody moon, also say, did you more a baby? What do you mean, you caused a mess of 8 years. Now we expected John Mahama say within 1 year. On so we didn't we are not just we did your Mahama Munu so. Let me hear more sense for Moda.
Just look
at John Mahama Munu, and so, or Jipapanidi, Epipinio at your war, or John Mahama did say. John Mahama between us solving problems, no Ghana, within 1 year.
I think Ghana for Jenny in Jim to Obama.
On Epipini, Gino credit check Ghana of work I can need. I don't name one. There no sooner mammy who say, Dachi, a baby. A cookobenu musu as a fiena edu. Dachi, Oti Hanya Kukudro, Epipinio, Yaku Kudro, Casse, electricity hikes. It's young for blame, Mumma Bain. Meanwhile, you are aware, I think I have the date here. On the 14th of April 2023, Kenoforia Tan and Finance Minister Nabian Assisi. Quarterly because of IMF conditionality reported at page 43 of IMF reports. And just a quarterly we are going to see an increment in electricity and water. Just because we will be able to get money to stabilize our economy. Which conditionality we are still under. Oh, we have good of it now. Chant French Ghana for Saint John Mahama and Amane Bassa. Me wa wa buy na di ensa ko share sakrata na se aye ntumi ya hye se we echi just esi ase yi uwia no betina say twantra ka say John Mahama na ama fuel bu akoso sorry electricity bu akoso o ka sa asem na anye den ye ba so na no so no state of the nation address President Mahama command na no that I am yet to hear one person say one thing in it that was not true
and one of the things I work on it's about the fact that our economy is able to employ 1 million people.
Yes.
No, they are checks.
Yes.
But from the statistical service as 330,000 and not 1 million.
That's it. Statistical service. Or we take into consideration which sector. What sector are we talking about? And your sectors are government workers are from you free controller. And so you don't use only the data from controller to check. You need contract workers. You need contract workers at various institutions in the Kyomuka. Go to DVA. Go and see the number of contract workers I have for more. Go to the various departments, various institutions, even YEA. Go to NEP. Various employment I have. Controller. It is if you go and use the controller data, you are getting this wrong. You understand? There are institutions in this country that are empowered to employ something like Cocoa Board. Or form workers. And they don't pay them from controller. So the statistical service cannot base their argument on the controller for working piano and with the piano because controller for you say their form it is not up to the figure President Mahama mentioned. That's it. We want to talk about the three things Honorable Afenyo marking. One man and you no kai. How on earth can an MPP person be so courageous and fearless to talk about matters of cocoa in this country? That's it. Me try chamber noon for the first time. Do you know what came into mind? Me try chamber noon. I'm saying, oh, now next state of the nation address, no, and any graduation I wish. Do you know what I thought? I thought saying Yanko Pound, me and your people want to say, no munya cocoa. She said, you're more cocoa, wanted to acquire BSc Cocoa Management Affairs. And no more graduate to a parliament now. It's so nani be shy. Intina me dey say, and no mo ba be. Say mo amon hu akuafo mo bo. E bo akuafo tiri to me cotton cocoa. Eba no mo just 30% of FOB price abema farmer no. No mo say aka chese fertilizer ya tro not for sale. No mo dey mo start tare north no not no. Na aka for sale. Na mo dey amato amom. That's all mo to me jack fertilizer worth $12 million. I would them and protest pansam. Mo farmer cocoa farmer. Who to me aka che cocoa farmer ne say wo don.
But this is a government.
90%.
This is a government that will lift cocoa from our 450 Ghana cedis to 3,100.
Because there was a hike and there was a good price in the world market price. Other than that, tell me. Even when we were in government in 2016, we were giving the farmers more than 50% of the world market price. They gave them less than that. True or true? And on page baby, yeah. Cocoa said John Muhammad say world market price of cocoa 1,000 Ghana cedis. No cotton cocoa never be more 600 Ghana cedis. That's a whole time world market price of cocoa somewhere in April 2024. World market of cocoa equal exceeded 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now we make 3,001. We see a way as a mumau. Adi akwa do 10,000 cotton cocoa kweni na ko ni cocoa mo akodo ni cocoa ase abo atadua ma de na nyini de soso wa akoti cocoa abo asra bofo mo akobo cocoa eburu ni cocoa de akogu apaso atwimu asan soati ni ko ho akoton ama ho wa anye ho hwie o we cotton cocoa ni bae ya ton cocoa ni 10,000 o bra na 3,001 na wa fa over 6,000 Ghana cedis crash ni awabo tai in so sika mu da nyimu asoso wa fertilizer also the money good cocoa no so a also just for auto na say no obi buy money 90% of that price aside the emergency gu akwan mu a in the next phases no e ko bo cocoa farmer na wo nya kwanya adaje so cocoa ko tena parliament aside ko sekwi e ko baase nkofo ma obi 200 Ghana cedis o mumra cocoa board made demonstration. What right have you money wo asem krom ade mo am be running cocoa board down? You came to meet a cocoa board that was making profit over 3.1 billion Ghana cedis annually under the leadership of Dr. Opuni. Go and check the cocoa board where you can the transition documents mo buy ya mo fi na anu ada mo fi akomiaso. You left over 3.6 billion Ghana cedis as a debt at cocoa board when you came to meet profits. Now wo betna han ne e be ka cocoa ho asem kroma. Say pipi ni bia na no aka cocoa ho asem a yesre Yankopon say no fa ne bone nche no. Say pipi ni bia na no aka cocoa ho asem a yesre akuafo so mo hu ne mobo na enye na nia. Dachi say pipi ni bia ka cocoa ho asem a media for yesre mo kasa mo mpache o ma no because they don't have the right to talk about it. Mo pipi for mo to make cocoa ho asem okruma. Na dachi no nkwada ono sa be ka electricity asem bi. Or the parliament wo and at the time on one kasa ni MPs no support you say yampa mo keno furiata hu say papa ndo ye nye a this a hike we buy no what hobi obi a na waka galamsey hu asem hu de ekoso galamsey mu afenyo makwa hypocrite papa wo kasa galamsey ekoso ni ya chi obi o galamsey de no koto na bi cells a wo jai parliamentary duty na wini ba fo ato aba mo se be na on MPs ye MPs ya to aba mo 88 pe no akotena form say ye nyi galamsey campaign mpie. Now we have some case abaning fight galamsey. Wona afenyo na echi galamsey kimpina. Na we judge also here parliament at all. Now what form yoko office enim no. We are na be ka say abaning fight galamsey. Meanwhile and na me no ka say sa aban bae the kind of mess ever to galamsey ho no ye ne ya work over 50% of the mess have been corrected. That's it. Ye ba be to 9 forest and no go area. Because they had people in government. No central for crime to from camera. No microphone crest when I can video. Me areas to as a redonko. I can say several times. Today there is nothing of that sort. There is no forest in this country that no journalist can enter. We came to meet over 30,000 hectares of land. And Namudi Galamsey Aseno. And those hectares of land have been reclaimed. That's it. You muta na ye cry excavators. Ebo krom what to say the mosquito repellents. And then when they to me excavators without the necessary documentation, say also look at the way we have regulated it. That you know because when so be a buy and then nice milu ne sound so ni ate go to Ankobra often bia pra brim baby na galam say to me sisi adan wo or your money recognizance license go and do recognizance you can't even do excavation no consider yes you go and look at the water today. The political commitment is there today. National organizer of NDC trying the Juma nyina to war equal the entire 276 constituencies call campaign ma John Mahama win no John Mahama to me refer no Yoko because of just an allegation.
No, so what was he saying?
Just an allegation, not any substantiated evidence, because of just an allegation.
I don't know still I'm
no, so to me refer no. We have seen the numerous efforts that John Mahama has put in place. We have seen the political commitment, how rigorously and how aggressively President Mahama and the NDC government is fighting the illegal mining canker. Now, after your market, what's in a bemu, one by to me a galam say, my honorable Abu Jinapo at the deadline Mr. Kakrana. Yeah, because it want to be the Okana for the BUD. Send panel to me Jina Parliament. Kagalam say once. Now, me getting name, I am the same come for Ramadan to me, Sir Papa Chief, you might come for Ghana. Says no one would allow Kubala among Kayan people. Now, one year would you my umpire pet, the bit me I do my finger buffo. Because Samuel Momuyan and yet, I'm expecting him to offer a genuine, sincere apology to the people of Ghana. So I'm working them say once number 1. So I'm working I'm working cocoa number 2 and electricity hike number 3.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Now, you see, or can not say or threat Roman for maybe a Roman. Or threat Cremophore. So almost Roman for length, not Cremophone, so yeah, Chiria, until almost Raboniface. But Mecani Nabum, Esra Boniface Mano. Yes, Mr. Boniface Maba, watch it. Because as someone here, he doesn't even know what he's saying. He's lost in the jungle. Sure? And man young want to say, oh, you're around supreme leader. And then, why you're up? Yes, see, you are saying, yes, see, you can't win tea, Debbie, na be who. Oh, can 1 million job, no? Also, oh, correcting us, oh, but me say, me no, Juma, dear, me baby, oh, Juma. I buy or buy out with me being crofwedi. Oh, my employer, you mudi. Also, what for 1 million people? Where you nip over bare 600,000 you, and also what for 1 million. So I don't know whether he's working, but so when you Jumaya, I think say he better go and join the Jubilee House communication machinery because on a budget, Ghana budget now on so. Ghana budget now from the big push, you know, on so. Felix Ofosu Kwate. On your budget. You see, you cut the size of government, but budget no to change government, you know. The budget at the communication machinery alone is bigger than government, you know. Inti Felix, Honorable Felix Ofosu Kwate, Unia Boate, or you were Juma Mount. In Trona Uchano, Inti Tuaneka, Neman Jumaye. Man Jumaye. Because the Jumano is so tiny. Oh, say, IMF conditionalities. Now, by why extend you? Anambwa. They the same conditionalities in the agro economy. That's Anambwa. No. Conditions are the run in the agro economy.
You are still under the IMF conditionalities. As whether good or bad, you are under the conditionalities.
Tell me.
It was the argument at NDC for year. NDP for bad. Say you will see the real economy when you leave the IMF.
Exactly.
Anytime. As we speak, Ghana is under IMF conditionality.
That's it. Not
And so
just
they-
under it, oh. It
there
has
are
been
certain things you
extended
can't
by
do.
this government. It has been extended.
Send it normal.
But no, they be, and I'm saying it has been extended. You see, no, the mommy asem. You see, the problem is that when we talk like this, I na emissary. I didn't know what see any na what say Ubabe yi Ghana for this one. Ubaye no wo so utrem because Ubaye na who say eya de pa no obwa.
Now so many money na different because so would
No, and they be na make sure and no de tie inti ne etu abeti ame.
Okay.
What you say? Inti ne etu abeti ame.
Okay.
But yeah yi ni na no. And then it's the same thing. There's no employment. Tite ni na otre wade no. Osun se na ketu amai. Nurse ni na oyare osa oyare no. Osun. Koko kreni na ni sika no wate so no. Osun. Ote ya na aka che me say omo bompo omo nse Boniface Fama MPP fo. Na MPP ni na onu tua ne ka no. E restore ni teachers and nursing training allowance no. And na kra no wani nwo o man pani betena ho no. Oka say it has been restored. Obi a restored that no. Oh head yoka. Nurse ni ben na wo krom oka so no wenya na la. Wo busoni a. Oh che me man ntro me nua ba. Eye nurse oko nursing school owie onya ne sika. O ti ase me wife enua ba oye ne eyi wo gae ka ya. Ne clinicals.
But edum pempen so bi a na nyam.
Oh, that's it. It takes time. It takes time. Because me sister dey say it took her the whole entire 3 years.
And
Boom. It takes time. Sometimes a pin, a bit eba monthly. A bit so dey take time. A democracy dia because obu o say the open or say the opese ba boom no oje no de kwaya de foforo. It takes time. But it was restored. It was cancelled under you. It was cancelled under President John Dramani Mahama. When they restore her, it's a good one going to mean Chianka one restore. He paid until say this kind of shocks against the COVID Russia-Ukraine war and the holding in Yamakakra. Oman Penia or say Tinefie Mechiaoka. Abai men and Kobe's idea. And then their own people are saying it. And then omo journalist Jantwa. What I say? So kind or see. So Biasi Ekufuadwan say Ghana in this guy and throw because Ekufuadwan to me made my 14 if you money to Obiaka. Or mobile electricity or 12 electricity in water bill during COVID. What I say? That thing, you see, so when we come and sit here, now see, after you the all canon and your reality, I find it funny. Yenti Kroma, and you say, D levy, Doomso levy. And so see that's what Doomso. See that's what you are. For the past a year, you two as canon. Or my boy, I couldn't touch the whole century.
Oh, yes.
That's it. Oh, me beside that. That's it. Oh, yes, Centroni. Oh, yes, Centroni, me patron. Oh, when you NBC chat,
it is not
that's it. Oh,
data I have service. It is how much that money has accrued. How much have you paid?
How much did levy accrue? How much?
Oh, that will
you see. No.
All of this, all of this, and I Ghana for a tour, but here.
That's even with e-levy, the total money that was taken was declared.
Hey,
it was declared.
How much was it?
Kenufurata Beka said we estimated about 6.2 million Ghana cedi. But 11 Kwama almost bear 3 million. And no now to Kroma. You see? Oh, my brother, oh, dear, my come out. Oh, Charlie, what in Yata, Metro say, the D levy na yetua for all this month no yebu akonta akyerɛw what hu popoye
finance minister Nyanka budget
Matias na me ken woda oh chale menye saade no menye saade no o kasa me yedin na me tie o menye saade no what I say inso da so kodum som
freshman in a minute
what I say inti that ya me pesa wo tie asense koko kuani no o say ni sika na wate so no o tie ase enye yie what I say that is what you should be talking about. The electricity bill now, we are even paying even more. So we don't expect to have power outages. And then the air can want them. Into so better na hana catch me say, ya to abama, into no, dear obi pass mistakes no, and no na o shena dia measure, dia and yet. You failed the Ghanaian people because they voted for you to even do better than the NPP. But as we sit today, you are doing even more worse than the NPP. Hey,
30 seconds.
Machinations.
Oh. Say, NPP, Adibina, and they we are doing worse than the NPP. Are they Ghana President Efrene Kufuor? Ghana Vice President.
That's what I'm you.
That's it. The year Kenya say.
Because Galan says,
A course who are by the day.
And I said 30 seconds.
Measurement. The problem I can say. And then the best what Ghana be a church in Magan in the BID. It's in a was Cocoa sector reforms by ya cocoa growing areas in village community church of Cafon be able. Na ye Baba Cassay. And then to quasi or middle if be enough found with you. Yenina, she and what the name found by one tie. Mpanyinfo a ɛwɔ so ɔmo yɛ sɛ adwuma no ɔmo yɛ mo adwuma no yɛmfa mpaebɔ nto ɔmo akyi na ɔmo nyɛ ho adwuma sɛ bɛyɛ afan wo ne nneɛma a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi store Ghana sɛ bɛyɛ ho yɛnkɔ a wɔyɛ mu no yɛnkom daakye ɛnam ne wo kasa yi Paul a ɔmo bɛgu no no President Mahama Adaworoma ne lawyer Edmond Combat Adaworoma ɛnɛ Paul no yɛ adwuma nti yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ bibi bɔne bia mɛto ɔmo Ghana na ɔmo a ɔmo ka sɛ ɔmo de mpaebɔ nyinaa ne sɛ yɛnkɔ ɔhaw mu no yɛse sɛ kɔnfo bɔne see Kurobeboa.
Yeah, into that's the American say, even when we talk about even Galamsey, and then the same Erastus Donkono Kuti has said it categorically, say it's even worse off than even when the NPP was in power.
When did he
you know it.
When did he say that?
That is when almost started to say, almost created the face of President John Dramani Mahama in the Ewa Galamsey Act. What I say, and then on one chrome, the black voter mine. And they are messing up his own village. In Sokrenyo, I'm from the north. Yes,
it
is. Oh, chairman.
Hey,
I don't know. Make us I don't make us
it must be corrected.
I don't know. Make us I am so
corrected.
Me say, on one crop. Now the mining list on one essential.
Obi kura mining list.
Oh, Charlie. That's it. Or the Sabe by Yampo.
Any employer because you cannot
what I say
just score a mining list legally acquired Galamsey.
Masa I'm telling you say that's a me Oko or Mampeni John Dramani Mahama Kroma Galamsey was not even there. Abra Ekufuor was and then Doma Hene ni Chrome Galamsey Koso.
It's not true. It is not true.
Koso. Oh, it's when you come and sit here and you are talking about Galamsey. They say Erastus Donko.
It is not true.
And I made sure Erastus Donko say it's even worse off than it used to be. So you see, don't come and sit here as a young man. Me say, Edu G Krano, me refi kra. I was somebody no koni fie. No money bibi. Because in trial we Krano, me Miss Romano.